So when you start noticing that your prints are messy, it leaves blobs of filament in random spots, or when you load a filament and it comes through after loading and it's really thin here when it extrudes out initially, or you have a lot of stringing, all that could possibly be that you just need to clean out your nozzle. And you can do that with a cold pull. Cold pull is what we're going to do next to clean our nozzle. And I believe that usually solves some of that issue. You can also try changing the temperature and changing the extrusion multiplier, but if that doesn't work, it's most likely you need to clean your nozzle with a cold pull. So let's go ahead and do that now. First thing is take your filament out. I don't have filament through here, so I would take mine out already. The second thing is we want to move this to the right. We don't want the x-axis to have a lot of pressure on it as we do our cold pull. So we don't want to be pushing down on this end. So in order to move this freely, you don't want to force it because you'll try to do it hard and it won't let you. Don't keep doing that. Go down to control and select disable motors. So that lets you move it freely. So now I can move this to the right, which is great. So now we're gonna be putting pressure on this end of the x-axis, not the other end. Now we're going to remove this brass here, and we're going to take out the tubing. So let's go ahead and do that now. Take it all the way out. So now we just have this open end here. Now we need to go to your control and we need to go to temperature and nozzle. We want to jack this up to 270 degrees. Get it really hot. Next, I've cut off a decent piece of decent length of filament, and on one end I've cut it at an angle so that it's easy to push down in here. So you want to cut it at an angle, so it's kind of like a point at the end. I think it's 45 degrees, something like that, so that we can insert into this easily. So right now it should be at 270, and it is. So now what we want to do before we insert this though is we want to cool down. So let's see if we can find this. There it is. We're going to do a cool down, and as it cools down, we're going to push this through the extruder. I'm going to hit cool down, and as it goes, I'm going to put this in here and keep pushing it down. And just keep pushing it down, and it should just keep going. Extruding. Now this is, there it is. There's some gunk right there. You can see it come right out. So that was part of the problem right there. We're going to keep pushing it until we can't push anymore. As it cools down, it's going to be harder to push. And until it gets to around maybe 190, or as far as you can go. You just keep pushing until it prevents you from pushing anymore, then you know you're done. So I may not have got enough cut here. We'll see. But you can see it's going to clean it out. And there was some stuff in there. Yeah, I didn't cut enough. You need to cut quite a bit. But it is slowing me down. So I can just stop. I'll just stop in a second, even though I can't push it as much as I want to. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to let it cool down. It's about 190. Okay. Let's wait till it gets to around 170. And then we're going to then pull this out, basically. Take this away here. And we're going to pull it back out, and it's going to clean it that way as well. As you pull it out, it's going to... Well, actually, yeah, I don't have enough filament this time, but anyways, that's what you do is you pull it out and you look at the end. The end should be pretty clean. It shouldn't be a fat mess. If it is, you want to do another one of these, same deal, until it gets nice and clean. When you pull it out, it should be pretty clean. So that's how you do a cold pull. And as you can see, yes, I should be good to go next time I try to do a print. It shouldn't do any weird stuff anymore. So that's how you do a cold pull. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing anything. Let's go over here and look at this. So you can't push anymore, and then Oh, when the temperature is near 90 degrees, pull the filament straight out using your hands or pliers. So I was wrong. It's 90 degrees. It's going to get pretty cold. So you pull it out, and then you look at the end of it. And you're like, hey, is it good? It should be clean. So the right is clean, I guess. Yeah, so down here's some gunk, and we saw that before. That's pretty much it. And then you're done. And you just put everything back together, and you're good. Start printing again. So I wanted to show how to do this, and I've had to do this twice now. It seems like I have to do it pretty often. Like I say, every month maybe. So try that and see if that fixes your problems for printing.